Hello, welcome into Cleo Ra. This is going to be a reading aimed at someone who needs a really important ancestor message. So I've been requested to get this done as quickly as possible. Now, I have a few key words. Now, if these don't resonate with you, it doesn't mean the reading's not for you. But the words are... Hello, welcome into Cleo Ra. I've got a really important ancestor message for somebody, so I'm going to dive straight in. I hope you're doing really well. Now, I've got a few names that the divine has given me and a few key words that go along with this reading. So if these don't resonate, don't think the reading's not for you. There could be something in here for you if your higher self has pulled you in here. But the names I've been given are Judy, Moira, and Monica. And I've been given the words red, dice, and mice, specifically related to 3 blind mice. And also I've been given the concept of a diamond ring. Maybe you've gotten out your grandmother's diamond ring recently, or a relative's diamond ring, and you've been looking at it. Or maybe it's just the concept of diamond ring. Maybe that's something that's come up in your life. Or maybe these words or names or, this concept will be coming up in the next month, I'm being told. Up to 2 months. So look out for these words. I'll repeat them again. We've got Judy, the name Judy, the name Moira, the name Monica, the words red, and this could be relating to your root chakra, unearthing some trauma, something like that, going through something that you need to dig out and process. And, there's a concept of a dice. So this could be something physically in your life that you come across that will be confirmation for you. And the word mice, okay? So that could relate to your life in any number of ways. Let me know in the comments if you like, if any of those words or names resonate. Okay. Someone's been sitting with a diamond ring, sitting on a bed, looking at a ring, thinking about their relative. They want you to know that they're with you, okay? I'm also getting the word ruby coming through. So this could be in relation to jewelry, or it could be someone's name. All right, let's have a look what the message is right now. I'm getting Alex coming through. And noise. So listen out for strange noises. Maybe you've been hearing noises in your house, bangs, taps. That's your relative telling you, I'm getting the name Michael coming through, that they are there with you. All right. Okay, I'm being told they'll let me get on with it now, okay? But it's really important that you know you're surrounded with divine love, that your ancestors are with you, that your relatives are with you, the ones you're thinking of are with you, okay? Especially for those of you who've been upset lately, maybe you've lost someone recently. They want you to know they're right there next to you, but the frequency you're on right now when you're upset isn't necessarily allowing you to feel into their energy, all right? But they are there, okay? And they're tingling me just to confirm. I don't know if you can see those goosebumps. Okay, so let's get on with it. Okay, we've got the 10 of Cups here. Okay, beautiful energy. So this is coming through loud and clear, and the message I'm getting is that no matter how bad things seem now, it will be happy ever after for you. You will be living happily ever after very soon. They want me to put this over here as the main card. Okay, we've got a big disaster over there, and it looks like nothing could ever be the same again. It looks like doom and gloom, but right here we've got this shiny beach. So your relative wants you to know, and your ancestors want you to know, that your vision for a happy family or a happy life, or that beautiful vision you've got, is still being honored by the universe, okay? Even if it feels like things will never be the same again, they're saying you will be happy, and you will be happy for me, okay? And they're being quite strict about this. The feelings will fade, okay? A good sleep will do you really good. I'm getting that someone's got to look after themselves better. Make sure you sleep. Make sure you get those good warm meals inside of you, okay? Keep looking after yourself, I'm being told, the way I would look after you. So I feel like this is your passed on loved one, and they're saying, please look after yourself the way I would look after you. And please know that I'm there watching you. So don't be annoying me, okay? It's kind of that kind of energy here. Happiness is just around the corner if you let it be just around the corner. And if you know that I'm with you all the time. Okay, we've got the 10 of Swords here. So this is in relation to a different situation in your life, okay? And I'm getting that things happen in threes, or you could have said that to yourself recently. There's these superstitions where they think bad things come in threes. They're saying, don't be too superstitious here. But I feel like someone has had a few things happen at the same time. So maybe, you know, someone you love passed away and then maybe a relationship went wrong, something like that. Or maybe, you know, things have gone wrong with your friends or in some other scenario in your life. All right. And they're saying, as bad as this may feel at the time with this 10 of Swords, it's because you're headed towards a much higher timeline. And these things happening at the same time, they're having a big effect on your nervous system. And of course, a big effect on your emotions. But it's a blessing in disguise, okay? As cheesy as that sounds, as corny as that sounds, it's actually freeing you up for this higher timeline, this 10 of Cups, this beautiful vision that they want you to keep strong in your heart. They want you to keep your vision alive in your heart and understand that these severings or these endings or what feels like a betrayal at the moment or a multitude of catastrophes are actually giving you the clean break that you need to go in a new direction and to experience a whole new lease of life. And those feelings will start to creep their way in. All right. That feeling of being able to live how you want to live and to go out there and feel the life all around you. Those feelings will be moving into your experience. So if you're suffering at the moment, I want to send you a big hug. Okay. And what I'm being told by your ancestors is that you're made for better. All right. The 10 of Swords is the world showing you this isn't for you. All right. So in your case, the universe is sort of wrapping things up in a big way. And if you have experienced, you know, the death of somebody close to you, they're still with you. They're in the astral realm. All right. And, you know, they're always trying to get your attention with little noises and little signs and synchronicities. But if you're a bit down, then perhaps you won't be picking up on that. And they understand that. And my pendulum is swinging right now, which doesn't normally happen now I put it in the lantern. It used to happen on my videos a lot. But they're letting you know they're there. They're trying to be gentle with you. All right. And they're trying to sort of hold your hand and be like, I'm here. I'm right here. Please don't be upset. I am right here with you. But they can see that it's not just their passing that's affected you. And this doesn't have to be particularly recently. You know, it could have been any time that you've lost a relative, but it's coming up for you now. And it's kind of consolidated into this scenario. You know, maybe you're thinking about someone more. Now other things are going wrong in your life and you're wishing you could talk to them. They're saying, talk to me. I'm there. Anytime you talk to me, I listen to you and I can hear you. All right. And you know what I'd say if I was there. So we can still have our conversations and you can still feel my energy and feel what my energetic responses are, because I'm giving you energetic responses all the time. Let's have a look into this. The end of a pathway that was, you know, part of your spiritual journey. You've learnt your lessons, or you're in the process of learning your lessons. And they're saying, you know, when the worst happens, or when what we think of as the worst thing happens, especially when you've got a few things happening all at once, you can feel like things will never get better or whatever. But the universe is trying to rush you to something much, much better. I didn't say that right. It can feel like the end of the world is basically what they're saying, but it's enabling you to jump up higher once you feel better. All right. There's no rush right now. I feel like you really need to give yourself some TLC and just that understanding that you've always got the warmth of people who aren't physically incarnated, but are just as much alive as they've ever been on the other side. Right. I don't even like that word, other side. It sounds all spooky. Astral realm, physical realm. They're just one doorway away. All right. But you've got life to be living. And this is freeing you up. They're pulling me to the meat cleaver here. There are some, you know, ties you had to cut. There are some storylines that weren't worthy of you anymore, or you learned everything you had to learn from them. And energy is showing you its true nature at the moment. All right. And they're saying soon enough, you will see it as a great liberating thing that's happened in your life. But if you're feeling particularly sensitive at the moment, maybe that feeling hasn't hit you yet. But they're saying it will hit you. 10 of Cups. Your true heart's vision is going to, I'm hearing the word reimagined. You're going to reimagine your life. You're going to create a vision for yourself. If you haven't already got a big dream or something you always wanted, you're going to create one. You know, you're going to get all this inspiration come through, new feelings, new energies. You're going to feel fully alive. You know, you're going to feel lit up with energy, because I feel like now you're listening to this reading, you're going to really understand that there is no death. and that the people you love have just gone through a different doorway. It's not even non-physical, gone through to the astral realm in their astral body, and you're still here in your physical body, but you're still connected. Your hearts connect you, okay? And things are going to get brighter very soon. This could be you remembering the dreams you had and the way you wanted to live your life, and realizing that now these situations are over, as represented by the Ten of Swords, which can often mean the end of a pathway. You know, now you've come to the end of one pathway in life. It's giving you the opportunity to step up onto a whole new pathway, or to open yourself up to all those things you might have forgot about while you were around these people or in this situation. Maybe you put your dreams on the back burner. They're saying put your dreams right in front of you. They want you to be fully focused on your dreams, full focus on what fulfills you, on what makes you happy, and bring those dreams alive again. There we go. A beautiful new pathway with the Ace of Swords. And there's this big old target here, and that's exactly what they were just giving me. You know, you want to put your dreams on that target and focus on nothing but your dreams and know that they will be fulfilled. You've just got to know you're worthy of them, that you're always surrounded by love, and they really want you to tune into that feeling of love and maybe meditate, and you'll get energies come through to you. You don't even have to consider yourself a psychic or psychically gifted, although many of my viewers are. They're saying it'll come to you in little feelings, and that is in itself being psychic, regardless of whether you think of yourself that way or not. We all have a psyche, and our brains are aerials. Our minds are always receiving energy and transmitting energy. So I feel like, you know, you're going to really become reignited with clarity now you're listening to this, and you're going to create this target, this beautiful dream life. Someone is saying, you promised me you'd go for gold. You promised me you'd go for it. Jeffrey, I'm getting. They're saying, you promised me you'd go for it. So come on, get up and go for it. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfectly happy in the astral realm. Don't use me as an excuse to not live your dreams, okay? So, you know, that's your passed on loved ones, you know, having a bit of a joke with you, saying, come on, let's get on with it here, okay? Got the Ace of Pentacles, and what I'm hearing is that you are pure gold. You are absolutely beautiful, absolutely majestic. Someone's saying you're my favorite little bunny. And the word honey is coming through as well. So, you know, your relatives or your friends or the people you love who've passed on, they want you to remember you are absolutely so precious. And, you know, if you're going to think about them having passed back through the doorway, then, you know, remember how precious life is, and use it to help you remember the preciousness of every moment, to focus on, you know, bringing your dreams into fruition or making yourself feel wonderful. They're saying, remember, we are your audience. We're watching you all the time. And even the things you imagine get created non-physically for them to enjoy. So they're saying the more fun you have down here, and the more you strut your stuff, and the more you enjoy your life, the more they benefit. Okay? Because everything you imagine in the energy of love, they get it created for them in the non-physical. So they're saying you've got every excuse now to think beautiful thoughts and know that we're benefiting from them. So if you imagine a beautiful big holiday resort and beautiful things, the more detail you imagine it in and the more love you feel when you're imagining it, it gets created. So they're saying be a creational magician is what they're saying here. But there are energies coming through where they really want to see you strutting your stuff, going for gold, and they're going to be enjoying it with you the whole time. So we've got 2 aces on the table and 2 tens. Completion here and a restart, a beautiful reboot, a whole new day, a whole new page. They want you to feel the air on your skin and listen to the birds singing and really enjoy the sensile sensations you get from being in a physical body, and the power and control you have with your beautiful imagination and the power of your heart to create whatever you want. And they want to see you stepping out onto a new pathway. They're saying forget the losers, forget the morons, forget the idiots. They will fade away. They're not important. What's important is the love you're going towards and the vision you hold, and they're sharing it with you the whole time. Let's get some new cards here. So this is about your fresh start and knowing that they're with you the whole time whilst you're enjoying this fresh start. We've got the Page of Cups here. New friends coming in, people with a sense of innocence. And this is going to happen once you raise your frequency and you start feeling the magic in life again. And you start having that zest again and, you know, a big smile on your face. They want to see you smiling and happy, knowing the right people are always just around the corner. And you never know what's going to happen one day when you walk out the house. Things happen when we least expect it, especially when we're just going out for a nice walk thinking, you know what, I'm going to treat myself to a nice coffee, a nice donut, whatever you fancy. And then someone pops up who you never expected to meet. But because you're on this light-hearted frequency, light-hearted things can happen. All right. So these endings are a blessing for you, as much as, you know, it might take you a little while to realize that. I feel like you're going to zone into, you know, these ancestral or these energies in the astral realm a lot more strongly now you're listening to this. And we do have the Knight of Swords here. So this is you doing what your loved ones want you to do and charging forward with all your power, staying strong in your truth, knowing who you are and how glorious you are. And knowing that you've got the tools to handle anything. You're very tough. They're saying you're a lot tougher than you think you are. To someone out there, you know, who's maybe having a little bit of a hard time at the minute. You're way tougher than you think you are. And they're on this tank with you. And they're going to charge forward with you. All right. These are the losers on the floor, I'm being told. All right. And they want me to mention the word Michael again. So this could be referring to a loved one, or it could be the Archangel Michael. So the angels are on your side with this as well. All right. Because you've got a lot to give yourself and a lot to give the world. And, you know, they've got a sense of humor, you know. They're saying, you know, when you imagine good things, the people you love backstage get to experience that. And that's how it is, you know, when our consciousness moves back into an astral state of being, there's no death. It's just, you know, a different way of living. So they get to experience the things you imagine when you're truly in a loving connection with someone who's not physically on the earth anymore. They get to experience all those beautiful things you create with your mind. And then you've got to catch up with what they're already experiencing. You've got to catch up with this 10 of Cups because they're already on the beach enjoying themselves, thinking they don't want you stuck in catastrophe like this. They don't want you feeling like that when they're having a whale of a time on the beach in the astral realm. So they're saying, come on, you've got things to imagine because we want to experience it. And then it takes a little bit longer in the physical to manifest the dream because, you know, things have to move at a certain rate, you know, down here or on this side of things have to move at a certain pace. So they're saying, you know, we want you to catch up with the joy we're already feeling. That's what I'm getting from this, okay? And as soon as you decide to be your own best friend with the Page of Cups, things start moving quite quickly here. We do have the Hierophant, okay? So this could be seen as the God card. They're saying, you know, this is about a higher power guiding you, and this is about you reconnecting with that higher power and knowing that you're here for big things as well. So this could be a nudge to someone to remember your sacred ways or to remember a religion that gives you comfort or to remember something they taught you. This could be praying. This could be reconnecting with certain types of energies, spiritual energies, whatever gives you comfort and strength. This is about your foundational energy. So I'm getting that maybe your grandma taught you a prayer, something like that. They're saying, do that. Remember those things and it'll give you strength while you're going through stuff. But this is also about traditions and, you know, knowing that there's nothing new under the sun and that some things never change. And what they're saying is, you know, you can't escape us just because we're not physical anymore. You know, people have been coming and going for thousands of years. And, you know, the universe holds everything in place beautifully. So you should feel cocooned by that. You should feel held by that because much like this TV screen here, they're watching you living your life from the astral realm. And they're saying it's not that different to watching you on a TV screen while you're in the physical. They're viewing you, not in a nosy way that makes you feel self-conscious or like you haven't got privacy, but in a lovely way where you're always there and they're always there. So they're saying, make a little bit more effort to feel our energy, please, because we're putting in a lot of effort here. And, you know, there is no death. There's just transformation. There's no ending. And you can't get rid of us that easily. All right. And you got beautiful things to be imagining. Show me the next one, please. Could be a hobby you want to pick up again. But wow, look at this. 8 of Pentacles. So this is about working to be your own best friend for a little while, you know, and there we go. There's that strutting your stuff card. The Queen of Pentacles, all lavish. Life is about creating your idea of a wonderful life while you're here, you know, and creating as many wonderful things as you can in your mind, letting them come into your reality and doing what you can to allow these things to come to you in your reality. But I do see a beautiful relationship coming up for somebody with this Hierophant and the 2 of Cups. Mutuality. But what I'm getting from your relatives or your loved ones, your ancestors, is that you being your own best friend and being like, you know what, I'm enough. My truth is enough. I've got a beautiful mind. I've got beautiful ideas. I've got all this strength coming from my loved ones in the non-physical, you know, and I've got, you know, this beautiful power of the universe, this higher power to call on. Being your own best friend is going to move you so quickly into beautiful union, a beautiful union with somebody, or beautiful unions when it comes to friendships. But they really want you, once you're secure in the knowledge that they're there all the time, they want you to be your own best friend. This is like a big transformation thing. They're giving me the reference of She-Devil, which is a movie with Roseanne in it. And they're telling me, you know, if someone's hurt you or done something like that, they want to see you glow up. They want to see you make those moves, not in a vengeful way, but in a, I'm a successful way, you know, and rub it in their face how wonderful you are, or just forget about them and know that the universe will let them know how good you've done. You know, this is almost like a scenario where they're saying, don't let them win. Don't let these losers win. You have to be, how can I put this? I'm being a bit bossy now. You have to make the best of yourself and know that that is your revenge, that success is the best revenge. And I don't feel like you're a very vengeful person, but it's about doing justice to yourself and really getting in those beautiful energies. So there is someone's relative or ancestor coming through saying, you know, teach them who you really are. Don't let them make you glum. Don't let them make you feel like crap. Remember who you truly are. Remember your true vision of yourself, and let's get it going, because, you know, you're going to learn to be your own best friend really quickly, and then bang, the right connection comes in, the right friendships, the right beautiful relationship comes in. But this is about you doing your spiritual work, inner work, knowing that you can pull on any energies the universe has to offer, and they are many and they are mighty. And there's just so much love, so many different frequencies of love for you to get used to feeling now. And it will become second nature to you to start really feeling your own power and realize that you can change the TV station of your mind very quickly and choose this happy vision. And soon enough, bing, bang, bosh, you're going to be in a very comfortable scenario. This 2 of Cups could be a beautiful marriage. If that's what your soul wants, that's what you're going to attract in. Once you learn the self-love, then love on a similar frequency meets you. This could be a beautiful best friend, but this is about having the right company in your life, however you want to label that. And it's coming in once you see yourself clearly and once you see the universe clearly and know that you're always surrounded with love, everything will flow beautifully. Let's get one for the Ace of Swords, please. The Empress. So this is how your loved ones see you. As the most beautiful being, so gorgeous, so full of potential. And they're saying it is true. You are gorgeous and you are full of potential. So they don't want any of those depressive thoughts getting into your head while Cleo Ra is saying this, because this is who you are. And they know this because they see you clearer than you see yourself. So soon enough, you're going to be seeing yourself that clearly too. I think you already know this, but this is just the nudge you need to remember who you actually are. You can create your own personal paradise on earth. And they're telling me, Bosley, this is what you're going to create. Your own personal paradise on earth. Just tune yourself to the Empress channel and bang, you'll feel like a bunch of roses in no time. All right. Show me the Ace of Pentacles, please. About loving yourself, this is. Venus energies. Taurus, Libra. What gives you pleasure? You know, spending time with yourself, your great company. You know, they want you to really enjoy spending time with yourself and lavishing yourself and pampering yourself and giving yourself all those lovely treats that you know you deserve, and treating yourself to a big dose of self-love, being your own best friend, walking tall, walking proudly. And then we've got the Six of Cups, which is a soulmate card. It's a card of infinite bonds, the people you incarnate with over and over again. It's a card of nostalgia, and it's a card of meeting the right people at the right time, people whose hearts match yours is what I'm getting here. And we do have a crab on the card, Cancerian energy, although this is a Scorpio card, but this is all about deep connections and deep emotions. So on this new pathway of yours, now you've cut off, you know, the low vibrational ones. Now the low vibrational ones have been removed by the universe. Now you're free to really get into those lovely energies. And I'm hearing the word sachet. You know, when you've got a beautiful dress on or something and you're walking in a certain way. And, you know, I'm getting very glamorous energies coming through here, like almost like 1920s kind of vintage energies. Like, this is how glorious you are. So I'm being told that, you know, you might not be able to see directly into your past lives, but when you meditate or just when you tune to a lovely, loving frequency, these energies will visit you. They're saying, listen to old songs that really make you feel like who you truly are. And something about your past life energy and how glamorous you were and how much you loved yourself is going to pop through into your mind, and you're going to feel this lovely energy join you. And it's going to feel sweet. It's going to feel very warm, and it's going to feel very lovely. And it's going to bring you a big dose of self-worth, knowing how valuable you are. Okay, don't let anyone else's treatment of you dictate the way you feel inside, because it's more about how they feel about themselves than it is about who you are. People treat others as they truly feel inwardly. So they're saying, you know, if someone's treated you in a horrible way, it's not about you. All right, it's about them. It's about their inner state. And if you could see the way they really felt inside, you would never take them personal. Okay, so this is about you being gorgeous, glamorous, wonderful, shimmering with gorgeous divine light, sashaying and really walking the walk in life. You know, they want you to walk that walk and be who you truly are and walk in love all the time. So we've got the Six of Swords here. So this could be about you, you know, moving away from a relationship, or, you know, sailing away in the energy of relief. All right. And that's what's coming towards you. Relief, knowing there's always powerful energies for you to feel cocooned by and held by, because like they say, there's no escape. All right. So whatever's coming in your future now, and you do direct that, but it doesn't always feel like that, does it? You know, you're flowing towards calmer shores. You're flowing towards a whole new chapter where, you know, you're going to be breathing a sigh of relief, and slowly but surely, or maybe quickly and fervently, you're going to be making new plans, and your heart's going to start to sing again. Your heart's going to start to flutter, and you're going to be letting in new energies that make you feel peaceful and calm. And then more excitement, I feel, but maybe it's just peace and calm you want right now. You know, I like excitement, but whatever it is that makes you feel joyful. And that could be a nice relaxed life, or it could be parties, or, you know, it could be anything. Whatever gives you that joy, those ideas are going to start joining you again. But it's about clearing your mind up, seeing things clearly. And again, we've got the Ten of Swords again here on the Page of Cups. So it could be, you know, a partner or a friend that you feel betrayed by, or maybe things have just come to their natural ending. They're saying, see it as a natural ending, because you've got soul group, you know, people to deal with. You've got people who will be your real best friends coming into your life. And again, looks like it could be pretty romantic, or could just be those wonderful friendships and relationships. But whatever you dream of, in relationships or in connections, that's what's coming in. And all it takes is for you to just relax, just feel the energy of being loved, and whatever you want will come. Page of Cups energy. So you're replacing this lower pathway that had to come to an end because you're too gorgeous to stay in that scenario. That's what they're telling me. You're replacing it with this infinite potential to create what you want and get higher and higher in frequency and reconnect with your divine self. And then everything you want flows to you. You see, everything you want comes to you. So just like the ocean, you're going through a cleanse right now. So you might want a salt bath or something like that, or a nice bubble bath. This is really about being really kind to yourself and really nice to yourself and feeling really, they're saying you should feel smothered with our love. We're there that often. You know, you should feel really wrapped up and really warm and really, swaddled. All right. So this is about giving yourself that lovely nurturing, and then new energies will join you on that frequency, being the magical being that you are and feeling wonderful. They're saying you're going to feel wonderful very soon. All right. You're going to feel all squeaky clean. And, you know, there's something about you cleansing your soul here, remembering those divine parts of you and doing those things that will give you that sense of solidity, but also freedom. So it's about getting your foundations feeling really secure. You know, looking after yourself, eating good food, a nice warm meal. They're being very firm about this. Nice warm meals. Make sure you eat properly and sleep properly. Because if you don't, just those two things alone can make you feel off kilter. All right. So this is about getting you steady again and knowing your value. Infinitely valuable and infinitely precious. That's what you are. And they want you to write that in the comments if you feel like that. If you feel like doing it. I am infinitely precious and infinitely valuable. And my ancestors are with me all the time. My loved ones are with me all the time. My relatives are with me all the time. I am loved, all right? Page of Pentacles here, right underneath the Ace of Cups with the Six of Cups. So these gorgeous connections are coming in and you're moving towards them. They're saying things move quickly nowadays. You know, the universe speeds up our manifestations. So the quicker you get into gear with this self-love, which should be your natural state by now, all right, the quicker the doorway opens. The Page of Pentacles, you could see it as a physical doorway opening and you're moving towards it very quickly. They're saying don't look back, keep looking forward. All right, we don't look behind us when we're driving in a straight line. We have to look out the, what's it called? The windscreen. We have to look out the front of the car when we're driving forward. They're saying no reversing. All right, just keep going forward. Don't check your rear view mirror. All right, just keep moving forward to where you want to be. That's a very strict message for somebody. And then we've got the Two of Cups with the Hermit and Judgment on the bottom of the deck. This is rebirth. This is being called by the higher powers. This is following the energy and the feeling of that higher power, that lovely energy that exists forever, and following your own sacred pathway. Okay. And you are going to feel reborn very soon. They want you to write that in the comments. I am going to feel reborn very soon. Now, it's funny. We've got the Hermit card coming out on top of the Two of Cups. So they're saying when you get a minute, really go into the energies. What do you want to attract in a partner, if that's what you're after? What sort of connections do you want? What sort of friendships do you want? And try and cultivate these qualities in yourself, because like attracts like. You know, we kind of attract what we are. And they're saying that's not relevant to this. You know, when we don't think enough of ourselves, we can attract other people. Well, it is related to this, but not in such a blunt way. When we don't think enough of ourselves, we can attract other people who don't think enough of ourselves. So it doesn't mean that if maybe you've been around a narcissist, it doesn't mean you are a narcissist, but it means if you don't be your own best friend and if you don't value yourself highly enough, then you'll attract other people who don't value themselves highly enough. So this is about valuing yourself highly and really thinking about what you want ideally. What are your ideals? And, you know, what do you want to cultivate? I'm really studying this and go inwards. And again, the Hermit can be about solitude and learning about yourself and doing inner work, which kind of just means sitting with yourself and really being at one with your own company and seeing what the universe brings you. It's different for everyone, Hermit mode. But this is about you being comfortable in your own company. And that's when the right ones start to find you. But also they want you to journal and they want you to write down things, write down pretty words, write down the things you want to become more of. Maybe it's more confident. You know, maybe it's, you want to feel more peaceful, and then you'll start to attract relationships in, or a special relationship in that's on this frequency. So never give up on your dreams. Okay, I'm getting the word beppe coming through. They're saying never give up on your dreams, and the word lasagna. All right. Yeah, nothing's really falling apart, okay? They don't want to be insensitive, but they want you to get these dreams alive again. They say it could feel like you're sinking. It could feel like things are falling apart, but that's just the reactions that we have because we've got a body. Your spirit is as strong as ever. So they're saying they want you to recognize the strength of your spirit, okay? Because they know you've been feeling bad, all right? But they're saying if you knew your true power, you know, they know you've got to go through the motions and process your energies, but they're saying, you know, enough's enough sometimes, all right? There's only so much you can get out of believing that you're hopeless. You're not hopeless, or that things are hopeless. Things aren't hopeless. So they want you to switch your belief around, like shifting the train track from going downwards. They need you to go up in frequency, my darling, because they love you too much to watch you feel like this, okay? So please know they are watching you. And they are with you all the time. One at a time, please. Show me. Healing. There we go. Releasing, purifying. You'll feel like you're flying very soon, but it's choosing that. You are worthy of healing. They want you to let go of the past, release it, purify yourself. Remember who you truly are. Have a cleanse if you need to, you know, do everything you can to make yourself feel better. Be kind to yourself. Buy those lovely pajamas. Read that lovely book. Get cozy, you know, and then watch the magic flow into your life. You've got the card. You've got the card of the gods here, you know, and this second chance card, there's that dice we were talking about. They're saying, you know, if someone's treated you badly and all that, this ain't about them. This is about giving yourself a second chance. This is about giving the dreamer in you a second chance and reconciliating with your higher self, making amends with yourself for maybe what you put up with in the past and stuff like that. This is about giving yourself the opportunity to live your best life. And sometimes when we realize what we put up with in the past, when we realize what we put up with from other people in the past, or maybe how we put ourselves down or criticized ourselves, we can feel so bad doing that. So this is about making it up to yourself. I'm sorry I treated you the way I treated you, you know, because often we don't see ourselves in our full majesty. And obviously sometimes we don't always think the most of ourselves. And they're saying this is your chance to make it up to yourself for maybe not always being your own best friend. And we all do it. They're saying don't feel bad about that. We all do it. We can all put ourselves down and not think so highly of ourselves. And now it's your opportunity to think very highly of yourself, okay? We've got lusting here, all right? So this is about, you know, again, that glamorous energy. They're saying, I don't think you realize how beautiful you are. I don't think you realize how many people love you or crave you or lust after you, okay? So this is the energy you're switching into. It's, again, that root chakra energy. You know, maybe you're in a relationship where you didn't feel so lusted after, but they're saying, you know, this is a whole blank page. You're a whole new you. They want you to choose to be a whole new you and plan it out. But I'm this sort of person. I'm the sort of I'm the sort of person people lust after. Actually, it doesn't matter what happened in the past. This is you turning a new leaf, new life. And this is about you really becoming the person you want to become through focus and knowing that whatever energies you focus on, the equivalent meets you. You pull these energies in through your magnetic field from the quantum field. So they want you to know you can be a glamorous sex kitten. You can be whoever you want to be and, you know, make it up to yourself for maybe being around someone who didn't recognize who you truly are, or maybe for forgetting who you are yourself. All right. So it's all about making the most of the now moment and choosing a better feeling thought, choosing to feel better. Okay. Yeah. Something in your past distracted you or sidetracked you. All right. It's just a delay. You're always going to be who you are. They just want you to catch up with it quicker so you can get to the enjoyment part. So you can get to the joyful part quicker. So you can start enjoying yourself quicker. That's better. I'm getting the word Malcolm coming through. And commitment, there we go. So this is about, they're saying, you know, this is about you feeling sexy again. So maybe you were with someone who put you down or something like that. And maybe you can get a bit mad with yourself for putting up with it for so long. I know these lot have been a bit, they try not to be too nosy because they know, you know, your relationships are your business. But at the end of the day, they want you to be happy, and they want you to know that a real commitment is coming in. Something that will recognize who you truly are. Someone who will recognize who you truly are and do everything they can to make you feel wonderful and treat you like the Empress or the Emperor. You know, treat you like the wonderful person you truly are. Yeah, we've got divine masculine here. So someone's ancestor, someone's relative is laughing in the background saying, oh, this will cheer him up. This will cheer him up. That blooming divine masculine. All right. So this is about you having a divine connection with yourself, you know, focusing on all the things that you want to bring into your life. And we've got the Empress and, you know, Emperor energy, you know, just after I mentioned it. Someone else made you confused. You're leaving that in the past here and starting again. All right. Trying again to be yourself. Getting that new direction started and starting over. All right. So life is just beginning. Every moment is a fresh now moment. And now you know the whole universe is on your side. And everyone's there watching you in the astral realm. They're saying, don't be too self-conscious about that, okay? You can't get rid of us that easily. All right. We're watching you. That's what I'm getting. We're watching you. Okay. Okay. So this is you being fully protected. Okay, we've got the hand of protection here and the mermaid. Look at this, how similar these energies are. This lovely lady on the card and then this beautiful little mermaid here. So the little mermaid could cheer you up. Maybe you want to spend some time in hermit mode or just in your own company, watching beautiful films that will make you feel magic again. Someone was distracting you or some situations were distracting you from who you truly are. So start to do things that make you feel really beautiful again. Okay, in any way you can, male or female, start to do things that make you feel special again, make you feel valued, you know, and create a new self-image for yourself and do all the things that make it feel real, you know, get your hair done, do whatever you need to do to bring your artistic vision of yourself into reality. Mermaid energy. Again, the cleansing ocean. And we've got the a reference to the ocean being so cleansing and an ocean on this card. So it's all about you cleansing yourself, feeling renewed and jumping up to a higher level of being. We've got the bike here. Okay, so someone's saying time to get on your bike, no looking back, keep on swimming, keep on moving and everything will work out just fine. They're giving you full protection here and you're going to know what that protection is protecting you from, is what they're saying. And this trifecta here, letting you know you're in the center of this. In this little bit here, and you've got all these energies trying to work with you and, you know, trying to help you get back on your bike and feel good again. All right. You're always surrounded with love. You are never alone. And then we've got this big, beautiful, ancient Persian sword. So this is about cutting off the things you can't fix, solve, and things that won't make you happy. Seeing it as an old movie set, there's nothing you can do. The walls are falling down. It's done. Time to build a new movie set. For this glorious life of yours. They want one more. And there's that red energy. This is about healing your root chakra. Okay, if you've been confused or, you know, something's bothered you or you've gone through trauma, this is about rooting yourself in. They're saying eat root vegetables, make things out of certain foods that will make you feel homely and safe. So root vegetables, potatoes, things like that will actually help to start heal your root chakra. And it could be that, you know, things are coming up for you to transmute the energy right now. So you could be crying a little bit and things like that. But you're going to feel brilliant once the sun comes out. So right now it could feel a bit murky and your emotions could be all over the place. But it's because these energies are coming up so you can flush them on down the drain. All right. They're saying don't ignore your feelings. Go through them in hermit mode. Think, you know, try and learn what you can. Try and understand as much as you can and then let it go, because this is your second chance at life. Now, the things that you couldn't, you know, the things that weren't meant for you are gone. And now it's about you focusing on those beautiful things you want to bring in. And it's universal law. Whatever you focus on, you pull in. So tuning yourself to a frequency of self-love will bring in the beautiful, loving life that you deserve. All right. I hope this reading's been good for somebody. I love you loads. They're saying get that work done. Do all those beautiful things for yourself and you'll feel right as rain in no time. Lots of love. Mwah.